Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us for this special live session. I'm Itzik Amiel, and we are here with a weekly Switch series, Switch It On, where we share ideas, insights, and inspiration to help you as a professional to switch relationships to revenue, referrals, and reputation, and stand out. And you're invited right now because we are live and we're excited to give you more content, more knowledge, more practical strategies to grow a practice. And today we are going to talk about turning clients into ambassador, or more specifically about the how do you turn your clients to become, if you wanted, or some of you don't know, maybe become best salesforce of your practice. If you could allow me to say it in different words. So again, turn connection to ambassador into ambassadors. That's the title of today's session. Thanks very much for all of you joining over there. Again, if you're joining, please put in the chat box. Let us know who you are, where you're dialing from, because we all want to know. Not only me, I can see all of you joining. I can see already so many people joining. That's why I'm slowing down so you'll be able to join in and listen up. Let me give you a little bit overview, because in our competitive world of professional services, especially within law firms, etc., your greatest asset isn't your marketing budget. You make sure that it's your engaged and satisfied client. And there's also different between them, but I'm not going to go into that. But engaged and satisfied client, that's your biggest asset. Now imagine your client passionately recommending your firm to their network because of the exceptional value and the service you provided. And we're doing all the time for other companies, for restaurants, for hotels, for other places we're doing. But what happened if it happened to your law firm? See, the idea of turning clients into evangelists might sound maybe to some of you elusive, but with the right approach, it's definitely within the reach of each one of us. And it's not only about total firms, even sometimes only about individual practice, which it makes more even interesting. See, that's not even possible. It is actually a strategic approach that any law firm, any other professional service firm can adopt and implement. Today we are diving then into that subject that both simple, and I think you can hear me saying it many times, immensely powerful. Transforming your client into your law firm biggest ambassadors and most effective sales force you can ever imagine. Now, I will drawing out from inside from Alex Goldfine, book Evangelist Marketing. I want to explore strategies that actually I tailored it for our professional services sector. Because Goldfine outlined a process that can definitely apply to anyone, whether you are in a law firm, accounting firm, consultancy firm, or any other professional firm. And I want to make sure that you understand the process and the critical part of it. Now, based on my professional work with many of the lawyers and law firm and other professionals I mentor and train, these strategies can help you make the coming year even more successful and have a big win to accelerate the growth of your practice and your career. Of course, by the way, if you have any questions during when I'm speaking, please feel free to send me an email or even DM me here right away over here under what you see the session, the episode, because I'll be happy to answer it right now during the session, and of course after as well on link. And I'll be happy to help. So don't be shy of ask your question, and I'll be happy to answer. Again, thanks very much for all of you joining in, and I can see you coming. So thank you very much, and I can see it's from all over the world. So thanks also for those from Asia and staying for late at night, and those who come early from the other side of the world. So thank you very much for all of you, and I will try to make it as much as interesting, but also practical. And I want to break it down actually to 3 critical steps for professional services like ours. Okay? And again, those of you joining right now, please let us know who you are, where you're dialing from. If you have a question, put it as well in the chat under the video, and I'll be happy to answer it during the session. And of course, afterward, we're speaking about turning clients into ambassadors. So let's start with the first critical steps to turn your clients into your practice ambassador. And step number 1 is focus on mainstream clients. In professional services, there's often a temptation to cater predominantly to high-profile, specialized clients. I know many people are asking for it, but the majority of your business, and tell me if it's not true, comes from regular individuals and companies with everyday needs. Tailor your services to be accessible and relevant to their real world problems. See, these clients are your largest market segment, and those most likely will be the biggest force to recommend you widely. Now, what do I mean by understanding different needs? Think about the diverse spectrum of clients you serve right now in your practice, in your business. Well, you see, it's often tempting to focus on the elite, on niche client. That's what many firms thinking that's the best thing, right? I hope you agree with me. But your bread and butter clients are typically your widest market. And if such a thing, these are your clients who need relatable, everyday solution, not just high level strategies. So please think about this point and reflect on your own practice. And I hope I'm right also about your practice. Let me give you an example. One of my clients, a law firm, after a work we did together, realized that most of its clients were a small business owners needing really straightforward legal advice rather than complex litigation services. So we worked together and created packages really that tailored for these businesses. That's those specific clients, like like flat fee consultancy consultations or a bundled services offering. And the result of that, they not only increase satisfaction with this practical process, but actually saw a boost in referrals from the existing client who can start talking about the firm to everybody else. And this, by the way, only the first factor, the first step in creating or turning your clients into your ambassador. Are you ready for the second one? So the second critical step to turn clients to become your practice ambassadors is leverage your expertise to understand the client. Leverage your expertise to understand client. See, much like Apple, intuitive understanding, you probably know that, or Amazon, data-driven insight, you as a professional need to leverage your unique expertise to grasp your client needs profoundly. You need to use your knowledge to anticipate client concerns and deliver, of course, proactive solutions for those concerns. You see, this could involve setting up maybe irregular client feedback loops or offering personalized consultations to understand your client experiences better. As I repeated many times before, and you probably heard me saying it, you want to build genuine relationship with your clients beyond just delivering services. Strive to understand your client. You can understand if you pay attention to what they're telling you, understand the industries, understand the challenges, the goals. Use your expertise again to anticipate the needs and offer proactive advice, because that's what transform you from just a service provider to more a valued partner for your clients. See, as a client for my work with my professional servicing client that I help, one of the ideas I shared with an accounting firm recently I advised and trained them is to use quarterly review they had with the clients anyway to discuss not just financials, but also strategic business advice. See, this approach really helped their clients to see their accountant as a strategic ally who really understand their business deeply. And of course, the result of it increasing client retention and the advocacy of this client to bring more to join this firm. Okay, before I'm continuing, I want to say hello to all of you joining. Thank you very much. With really, I see a lot of people see this valuable content, so I'm happy you are with me. And let us know who you are, where you're dialing from. I'm speaking again about turning your clients into ambassador. And as I mentioned, there are 3 steps, critical steps for this process. I mentioned 2 of them. I'm about to mention the third one. But again, if you have a question, type it in right now in the chat under the video, and I'll be happy to answer it and help you out if you have any specific things. So the last third critical step to turn clients into ambassadors for your practice is conducting an in-depth research. Again, conducting in-depth research. See, if you're not Apple or Amazon, and I guess you're not, Goldfin says the best way to truly grasp what matters to your customers or to your client is an in-depth qualitative research. That doesn't mean there's online survey, a lot of advice that consult give you to do which of course Dolphin says it can do too shallow, or maybe some of you do focus group, you know. But again, he believes that clients are often swayed by others in the room if you do focus group, and that's why it won't be really what you're looking for. You want to go beyond traditional satisfaction service, because service doesn't work. Do you like to feel service? I guess not. Every time you get service, you don't really feeling it. If you're feeling it, you're out of politeness. So it's not the service that make it happen if you do any of them at all. See, I suggest warmly that you conduct one-on-one in-depth interviews or engage in direct conversation to uncover deeper insight into client experiences, client expectation. By the way, this is the way we also conduct the AI report of the IBA Presidential Commission I'm part of, by interviewing people, one-on-one conversation, not a survey. That's why we got so much response for so many firms around the world. You have to ask about their challenges and how they perceive the value you provide. And these insights will not only help you improve your services, but also help you craft a compelling message that resonate and attract more clients. In other words, you want to get the real story. You want to move past the superficial feedback mechanism that a lot of firms using it. Stop it. Dive deep with comprehensive interviews. Yeah, it's not a waste of time. It's really investing time to understand the client and explore the client experiences, the expectation, the feedback. And that will help in creating a narrative and really aligns closely with your client's needs. And of course, spread the word of mouth recommendation more effectively about you and about your firm. And that's exactly how you tell your client to become your ambassador. Let me give you an example for one of my clients again. It's again a law firm that I'm working with still today, and they conducted a detailed, that's what we call post-project debrief with a selection of the clients. Now, this discussion, and exactly what I mentioned to say, it's not important for now, but this discussion really unearthed common difficulties clients face during the implementation stages. And the firm then used this feedback to develop really a new support services within the firm, within the group of people, greatly enhancing, what do you think, the client satisfaction. And what client satisfaction bring us? Word of mouth referrals, because other firms don't give that. And of course, they go talk about it to other clients, other people, like-minded people, and bring them to your firm. Here's another practical scenario I want to share with you. Now, another law firm. Again, a firm that I mentor, I train, they followed my advice and regularly invites top clients to exclusive workshop and strategy session. And I took it, by the way, from my past experience when I used to be, in IBM Amro Bank as a commercial director. We used to bring every month a client that loved the bank, trust the bank, loyal client, and bring all the department that serve this client and ask the client what doesn't work. Tell us. And the client will tell, and every department go and correct it. And by the way, when the client came in and there's nothing to correct, we never invite him in. So the same thing we did in the firm, and this extra engagement really reinforced the firm commitment to client success and making close clients, those who are loyal to you, more likely to promote the firm to their peers who needs really similar services. In fact, if you want to know the truth, we grow the practice 800% by this simple action plan. And I think you could do the same. So don't underestimate this ability to use your client who loyal to you, who satisfy you, who engage with you to help you out, get out, and spread word of mouth. Okay, if you have a question, this is the time to ask them right now before we're going to go. I don't know if there is a question. I can see there's Chantal. Thank you very much for Mexico for joining. And at least one person is daring to share. And I can see you have hundreds of people in the room, but not a lot of you opening your mouth. It's a way to stand out, by the way, in the crowd. So type your question in the chat box before I end up sharing with you. But as we wrap on today's episode, let's really reflect on how turning your clients into ambassadors really can revolutionize your practice, your growth, your reputation. It's more about not just providing excellent service, it's about more cultivating the trust, demonstrating really genuine, authentic empathy, and consistency adding value to your client life. That's at the end of the bottom line of all these things. And ultimately, transforming your clients into your ambassadors really involve a strategic, what's the right word, blend maybe, of listening, understanding, and this proactive engagement I'm talking about. And this approach not only fosters really loyalty, but really converts that loyalty. And I think that's a tangible part of it, converting the loyalty into active recommendation, enhancing your firm prestige and your client base organically. Okay, so I think you understand where all those things coming from, because I want to give you now an action plan. How can you implement everything, all the ideas I'm sharing with you? Thank you very much, Sarah from New York, for joining. Awesome, very much. So I want to wrap up actually the episode with really giving you a practical action plan to implement this insight into your professional practice. And I think if you follow those steps, you'll be able to achieve what I'm talking about in very short term. So the first thing I want you to do is identify this mainstream client base. What do I mean? I want you to analyze your client profiles and to focus offering on the most common needs. You see, broadening maybe your appeal of your practice of your firm. When we do that, then we can look on the next step. After you know what's going on in your firm and your practice with your client, now step number 2, establish your feedback mechanism. But I talk about how do you collect all those things. This is how you can develop a mix of feedback tools like confidential service if you want, which are less using, but open forum if you want, regular, as I said, gather client insight when you bring them to you. Different way. You can always connect me, by the way, to learn how to do it effectively. If you have any question, what's the best way I can offer? But all those things are great to collect this feedback. And when you have this feedback, then don't forget to do this quality quantitative interview we talked about. Schedule this in-depth interview. Don't think it's a waste of time. It's amazing connecting time, focusing on how clients use your services and what additional value you can offer them. And by the way, great time to do it is the end of the year, beginning of next year. It's a great time to do it. The clients have the time before the year starts to share them with you. And when you do that, step number 4 is create a client-centric messaging. Now use this client feedback you got to refine your communication. I want you to emphasize how your firm uniquely solve common issues your client have, because that's how you stand out. When you refine your messaging, now it's the time, step number 5, to start engaging and educating. Engage and educate, what I said. Regularly, maybe host educational event or publish insightful content that really demonstrate your expertise and really your dedication to client success. Understand? Because otherwise your best effort to be is nobody will know about you. Thank you, Adam, for a long time didn't see from Israel. Awesome to see you, man. 25 or more than 25 years didn't see each other. Thanks for joining. And the last action point after the 5th, and then the last one is maybe, if you allow me to use the word for it, maybe regular to reassess. So reassess what you did. Now, periodically evaluate your client engagement, your strategies, and adjust it based on evolving needs and feedback you gathered. So these are the 6 steps. I tried to package it to very short. If you have any question, of course, you're very welcome to send me an email and ask me. But now it's your time to take action and implement what you've learned in this short episode. At first, I thought you found this insight on the power of converting or turning your clients into your best ambassador very useful, and also needs, and you help you understand the needs of your clients and deeply understand their challenges. And listening instantly really can transform into very powerful, as I said, evangelist for your brand, for your practice. Again, if you need the help in implementing it in your practice, or you just want to learn how to build winning client relationship, that's exactly what I do with my team for our clients, professionals like you and me around the world. We train them, we mentor them, and we're even doing the work for them when you're too busy or too lazy to do it. We'll help you do it by implementing those strategies in your practice. Not talking about, not just train you, do it with you. So send me an email or private message to see how we can help. Next week, of course, we have another amazing top expert to discuss the new practical strategies to grow your practice, a bit better relationship, reputation, and referral, authentic way, right? That's what we want. That's what we're missing in this world. If you want to make sure you don't miss any one of our weekly Switch on interview series, follow me on LinkedIn, go to the Switch Hub website. You can sign up, get my business development strategies for free and tips. And of course, check and register to one of my new online courses, a live workshop on personal branding on networking, on building client relationship, and a lot of nice things coming your way if you just join or join the Switch membership community. When we have more than 52,000 lawyers, accountants, tax advisors around the world who are learning on a regular basis, and that's running over almost 10 years now. So I'll be happy if you'll be part of it. And again, learn more how to grow your practice. Just be there or send me a private message or email me in any question. And let's see how can I be value to you and your practice. For now, I want to thank each one of you for joining me. I don't see any question coming. I'm just talking because I want your question. Thank you very much, and Tal. Beautiful words from you. They warm my heart. Thank you very, very much for that. And thank you for all of you who don't say it loudly, but I hope you enjoy the session. See everyone next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central European Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And remember, what I want you to do now is switch on and really stay dynamic and keep leading with client insights so you can get more clients to become or always become your biggest firm ambassador. For now, for me, I hope you have a wonderful evening, day, or morning. I hope to see you very soon, face to face. Bye for now, everybody. Bye for now.